Namaste and welcome. My name is Carley. I am a yoga instructor in Ottawa, Ontario, and I'm here at the Mountain Goat Yoga Studio in Barrhaven, where I teach Vinyasa Yoga, and I wanted to film a special class for you so that you can practice along at home. Now, if you're new to Vinyasa Yoga, don't worry. This is a basic beginner's class, and since you're practicing along at home, then you're welcome to take breaks where you need to, or just watch the video and then decide if you want to do the full practice or take parts out of it. So Vinyasa, you may be surprised if you practice yoga that you have encountered some styles of Vinyasa within other classes. Flow yoga, power yoga, they've kind of stemmed from that Vinyasa tradition or word. It's a Sanskrit term which means to place in a certain way. So whether that means you're placing your body in a certain posture or within a movement, just like we do with the asanas, the postures, we place our body in a certain way to attain some sort of goal, and maybe you place those poses within a certain sequence to either work up to a peak pose, to work your body in a certain way, or to progress your practice in a certain direction. You can also place the breath in a certain way, so either utilizing your inhales and exhales for the posture itself, or to move through the transitions from one pose to another. So we'll play around with a little bit of that today. We'll explore a bunch of different shapes and poses with our bodies. We'll be doing seated postures, standing postures. We'll go through the sun salutations. We'll do some forward folds, some back bends, a little bit of everything. So just be mindful of your own condition. If there's anything that doesn't feel good, then certainly come out of the shape and take something that feels better for you. We'll begin with the breath. That is going to be the anchor, the foundation of our practice. So just explore it for yourself. Place your body, your breath, and your mind in a certain way and see what comes out for you. So let's begin with the breath. So finding a comfortable seat, whatever that means for you, make sure you're on a hard surface on the floor. You can root down through your sitting bones under each buttock and lengthen up through the crown of the head so the spine is nice and long. Relax your hands on the legs, extending the arms. Maybe take your Gaya Mudra, we call it in yoga. So the thumb and the pointer finger come together and you extend the other three fingers, bring them down to the thighs and the knees. Soften your gaze or close down your eyes and just begin to tune in to your breath. Start to deepen your inhales and lengthen your exhales. Just finding a more full and conscious breath. And you can invite the Ujjayi breath, we call it in yoga, the wave-like sound as you breathe in and out. So it's almost like a whisper by constricting the back of the throat, like you're fogging a mirror. And this allows your breath to be more audible so that you can hear it. You can use this as a tool to measure your breath, its quality, making sure that it's steady and calm. Also has this vibration that runs through the body, helps to calm the nervous system, calm the mind. So you can use this Ujjayi breath as a tool. When you come across maybe some resistance in the pose, just bring your mind back to that Ujjayi breathing, help to calm you down. So now that we've brought our breath to a slow, more natural and calming pace, we're going to just really deepen our awareness of the breath, because when we're in different shapes, we'll have to breathe literally into different areas of the body as the pressure fills into different areas. So we'll just explore that now with a three-part breathing. We'll begin in the rib cage, we'll move to the belly, and then we'll move to the pelvic bowl. So we'll start with the ribs. Take a deep breath in. Feel the rib cage lift up as the lungs fill, and then as you exhale, try and stay tall. Just feel the ribs draw back in. So let's take two more here. Breathe into the side ribs. Expand out to the sides, and then slowly exhale. Good. Feel the shoulders relax down. One more breath here. See if you can get some movement into the shoulder blades, the spine. And exhale. Good. We're going to take the breath even deeper. So take a nice big belly breath here as you breathe in. Let the belly expand like a big balloon. And then as you exhale, begin to engage in that core strength. So feel that transverse abdominis wrapping around the midsection like a corset, starting to engage and hug in, keeping the spine upright. Breathe in and relax, soften, let the belly open up. And exhale, draw back in. The navel comes towards the spine. Good. One more breath here. Breathe down to the hips. And as you exhale, draw everything into your core. Good. So the next breath in, we're going to take it even deeper. Breathe down to the floor, breathing into the interior space of the pelvis. Let that breath kind of push the sitting bones away from each other if you could. And then as you exhale, draw them together, and almost like a Kegel, or like you're stopping yourself from peeing. You're going to lift everything up from the floor up towards the belly button. Good. Breathe in and relax it all the way back down. Good. Exhale, lift and engage. So the bandhas in yoga are like these energetic locks, and we're working with Mula Bandha here, the root lock, as we exhale and we hug all of those pelvic floor muscles in to really help stabilize the core. Breathe in, relax all the way back down. Good. As you exhale, again, engage and lift. Feel how that triggers all of that core strength. As you breathe out and breathe in, relax. Good. So now we have this deeper awareness of the breath and how it moves through the body, that pressure, how we can use it on an exhale to really engage and lift the pelvic floor, locking in that core strength. See how it can help you through the practice. Not only that exhalation and the core strength that can help you with balancing and keeping your body strong, but also that inhalation, that expansive quality of the inhale can help lengthen out the body and open things up. So we'll just continue to add to that. Let's warm up the upper body before we go any further. So hands to the legs. Take an inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift the heart forward, maybe gazing up. And then as you exhale, we're going to round. So tuck the tailbone, chin to chest, really round the spine. So just warming up the spinal column here as you inhale, roll the shoulders back. Draw the heart forward, looking up, gentle back bend. And then as you exhale, round. Good, flexing forward. Inhale again. Exhale, bring it back, flex the spine. And then inhale, lift and extend. Good, two more. Good, last one. Let the breath lead the movement. The movement's initiated by the breath. And then inhale, coming back to center. Your spine is upright. So we'll take an inhale, reaching the arms overhead. Interlace the right fingers around the left wrist. As you breathe in, press up through the hand, opening up into a side stretch. Keep the gaze, your drishti, we call that in yoga, just down the nose. So you're looking down the bridge of the nose at a nice still point on the floor, just to keep the neck nice and neutral. Every breath in, you're opening up into the side stretch. And as you exhale, stabilize through the other side so that you're not just collapsing down. Good, two more breaths here. Good, inhale to center, reach up, interlace around the other wrist. Same thing on the other side. As you breathe in, press up. Open up into the stretch. As you exhale, stabilize through the opposite side. Good, neck should be soft. Good, two more breaths. And inhale, back to center, reach up. As we exhale, we'll twist to the right side. So take the right hand behind you. The left hand comes to the outside of the knee, the thigh. Take a breath in, lengthening up. And as you exhale, twist. So drawing your belly in, round the low back and help the rotation through the low back. And then draw the shoulder behind you. If it feels okay for the neck, you can gaze back over that shoulder. Every breath in, you're lengthening upward. Breathe high into the collarbones. We're not able to belly breathe as much here because we're constricting that pressure through the torso. So really find that full capacity of the lung space. Follow the sensations through the spine. Don't try and chase out any sort of discomfort. And just feel what your body's asking for. One more breath. Good. Inhale, back to center, reach up. And exhale, twist to the other side. Left hand comes behind, right hand comes to the knee, the thigh. Breathe in, lengthen up, and exhale into your twist. So let me feel or look different as we move from side to side through these poses. And don't feel like you have to look a certain way with your body, and just follow the sensations. See what your body needs from moment to moment. And the breath can be a really perfect gateway to your nervous system. So just make sure you're always bringing that awareness back to the breath. Notice your breathing. And one more here. Good. Take an inhale, back to center, reach up. And exhale, the hands back down. Good, so we're gonna get into that core strength a little bit here with a couple more seated postures. So first, coming to staff pose. So bringing the legs out in front of you. If you have a little bit of tightness in your legs, that often happens. We all have tight hamstrings from sitting and walking all day. But if you're able to extend your legs, then try and just keep pressing through the heels. A little bit of a bend in the knees is okay, but draw the toes back towards you so you have that extension through the legs. Press down into the sitting bones, lengthen up through the crown of the head. And maybe you already feel that transverse abdominis, that corset locking in to keep the spine upright, which is what we want here in our staff pose. We keep the spine nice and tall like a staff. So inhale the arms up, and exhale, staying tall. We're just gonna bring the fingers, hips down beside the thighs. Good. Kind of sweep the fingers back towards you as you roll the shoulders down and back. Good. Breathe in, lengthen up, keep pulling into the fingers like you're gonna slide yourself forward. Good. Really engaging in that Mula Bandha, that pelvic lock. Good. Come back to your Ujjayi breath. 2 more breaths here. Good. Coming to boat pose. So we're gonna rock back on those sitting bones. So there's a little space between your sitting bones and your tailbone that you can kind of sit back, almost recline your seat a little bit. So roll the shoulders back, lift the heart up. You can hold on to your thighs, tap the toes down, really drawing through the core, keeping that core locked and loaded. If you're able to lift the legs, bringing the calves parallel to the floor. Maybe you can release your hands. Good. Keeping the breath nice and high. Breathe in and fill your rib cage like it's lifting you, like a parachute. Good. Squeeze the thighs together. If you're able to extend your legs, getting those hip flexors involved. It's okay if they're shaking in the body. Just make sure the breath is steady. Good. One more breath. Good. Exhale, coming forward to table pose. So all fours. So hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and after all that core work, sometimes we just want to drop the belly, but try and keep some integrity through that core. Keeping the shoulders pressing, or the hands pressing into the floor so the shoulders are active. Knees underneath the hips to lengthen out the spine, and lengthen out the tailbone. Draw the belly in a little bit. Make sure the neck is nice and free. We'll take an inhale, roll the shoulders back, press the hips high and look up. Cow pose, and then as you exhale, round to cat pose. So tucking the tailbone, shin to chest, like an angry Halloween cat. Inhale, forward again. Get a cow with your big shoulders, big hips, and then exhale, round, bring it back. Good, let's do 3 more. Inhaling forward, and exhaling back. Just move with your own breath. Good, we'll come to child's pose. So bring the toes together, knees wide, send the hips back, walk the hands forward, and relax the chest towards the mat. And so breathing here. Child's pose is a really good pose to come to at any time during your practice, really, if you need to restore yourself. It's a nice grounding posture. It gives you a nice concave space to just listen to your breath, collect your thoughts, calm yourself down. So just make a mental note here that child's pose is available to you if you need to come out of anything. This is a good one to take as you bring your heart rate back down. So with that, we'll warm up with what's often referred to as the vinyasa in a regular sun salutation. To be honest with you, I'm not really sure why it's called this, but everything is a vinyasa. But yeah, it's a plank, chaturanga to a back bend, upward dog or cobra, and then we come back to our downward dog. But we'll just come to a low plank for now. So send your hips forward over the knees, shoulders are over the wrists, and you're pushing down into the floor. So it requires a little bit more strength in the arms and the core to keep the hips lifted here. Take an inhale, lengthen, and exhale, lower to a hover. So you're hovering the chest, bending your elbows. We're gonna take 3 breaths here. So draw the shoulders away from the ears, keep the gaze down. Good, exhale, nice and strong. Breathe in, lengthen. And exhale, really engage that pelvic floor. See how it can help you stabilize. One more. And exhale, lower to the mat. Keep your hands where they are, point the toes. Inhale, roll the shoulders back as you lift the heart for cobra. And then exhale, lower down. We'll do 2 more of those, just warming up the back bend. Inhale and lift. And exhale, lower. Good, 1 more, plant it to the hands, inhale like you're gonna slide yourself forward. And exhale, lower. We're gonna reverse that push up to child's pose again. So push into the hands, send the hips back. Maybe roll out the wrists, will feel nice here. All right, so that was our basic vinyasa within the sun salutations. It's nice to kind of warm up the arms and the core to get there. So let's do 2 more, just linking the breath with the movement. So take an inhale forward to your low plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, child's pose. Good, 1 more, inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to cobra. And exhale, child's pose. Good. So those are kind of your modifications, the variations you can take if you're not feeling a full plank. We'll give a variation of an upward dog, so a little bit more of intense of a back bend. So if you're not feeling that, you can just take your baby cobra. And again, if downward dog's not your thing today, you can always come to child's pose at any time. So inhale forward, back to your all fours. We're gonna come to our first downward dog. So tuck your toes to prepare, take an inhale. Exhale, press into the hands, lift your hips, find your downward dog. So probably our first one of today, so don't worry too much about your legs. We'll straighten out the legs. So just bend your knees nice and deep like you're squatting on the back of your mat. And just focus on your arms, extending your spine and your breath. So breathing deep here. So downward dog is an inversion, just like a handstand. So you want to make sure you have a nice firm grip through the hands. You're extending through the arms. Your spine is long. Imagine you have someone lifting you up by your belt. And draw the belly in. And once your breath feels calm, you can start to alternately straighten one leg and then the other, walking out your dog as they call it. Maybe stretching into the side body, one side and then the other. And then find some stillness in your downward dog. So we're going to break down the vinyasa here. Remember your modifications if you need them. But if you want to go a little bit further, we'll do our full plank variation. So take an inhale forward to plank. Shift the hips forward, strong core, strong shoulders. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, lift to cobra, or you can extend the arms, lift the thighs for upward dog. And then exhale, pull the hips back, downward dog. You can always use your knees to guide you back if you need. And breathe. Good, one more breath. And let's try it one more time. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, upward dog. And exhale to downward dog. Breathe. Good. All right, let's stretch out the legs a little bit more. At the end of an exhale, bend your knees and look forward. Take an inhale to your half lift. So step the feet forward, lift the heart, maybe the hands come to the legs, or you can just walk them forward. Exhale and fold, draw the belly in. So you can bend your knees here if you're tight. If you're comfortable with your toes and your fingers, you can take your peace fingers, your pointer finger and your middle finger, and wrap them around the big toes, even if you need to bend your knees to get there. Okay, take an inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale as you fold forward. And then draw the belly in, so noticing here we're not able to belly breathe again. So make sure you're breathing into the back, the shoulders. Every exhale, engage that pelvic floor, lift the sitting bones towards the ceiling. And gently press into the backs of the knees without overextending the kneecaps. Good, one more breath. All right. Releasing your toes, take an inhale and lift nice and slow to standing. Imagine you have a heavy, heavy tail that drops back first. Keep your chin tucked as you lift the heart, and then roll the shoulders back and down. Let the head come up last. Good, and finding your mountain pose at the top of your mat. So, from mountain pose, we're going to go through a sun salutation. So very similar to what we were just doing, just linking the breath and the movements. So in our sun salutations, in any of our standing postures, we want to make sure we have a firm awareness of the feet. So pressing forward into the feet, back, outside, inside. You want to make sure you're pressing into all four corners. No matter if you're in a standing posture in a neutral mountain pose or if your feet are on different areas of your mat, make sure you have a full awareness of where your feet are planting down, and then draw that energy all the way up through the body. So noticing your pelvis, make sure you have a nice neutral tilt. Same thing with the rib cage. You don't want to be flaring forward or hunching the shoulders. Just find that neutral mountain. So hands to heart center. Take an inhale, reach up, palms together, look to the thumbs. And as you exhale, fold forward. Good, inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, chaturanga. So step back to plank and lower down. It's a long exhale. Inhale and lift the heart, cobra, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Pull the hips back, breathe. And at the end of an exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Take an inhale to half lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise up, vertebrae by vertebrae, reach the arms high. And exhale, hands to heart. All right, so let's continue to build on that. We'll add some standing postures here with chair pose and warrior one. Don't worry, I'll break it down for you. So mountain pose, take an inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, sit low, draw the belly in. Inhale, reach the arms up, chair pose. Exhale, fold forward, good, straighten the legs. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. And exhale to your chaturanga, plank and lower. Inhale to cobra, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog, pull the hips back. Step the right foot forward. Now planting through the feet, take an inhale, rise up. Good, hands at heart center. Let's take a few breaths here in our warrior one. So front toes are facing forward. Back foot's on a little bit of an angle. You want to bend into the front knee. Extend through the back leg. So this is the lunge position. The hips are still squaring forward. So hands at heart center helps you to find that midline. You want it to be facing the top of the mat. Good. Strong core. Take an inhale, reach up. Good. Breathe. Sink into the legs. As you breathe in, reach up through the fingertips. Good. Inhale at the top. And exhale to your chaturanga. So hands frame the foot, step back and lower, keep it controlled. Inhale, cobra, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Same thing on the other side. Step the left foot forward, inhale, rise up. Hands at heart center, find your footing. Good, so bending into the front knee, extend the back leg, square the hips, strong core. Inhale the arms up. Good. Sink into the legs, reach through the arms. Good. Breathe in at the top. And exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to your back bend. Exhale to your down dog. And breathe. All right. Now bending your knees, look forward. Take an inhale to your half lift. Exhale and fold. Bending your knees, inhale, reach up, chair pose. And exhale, hands to heart, mountain. All right. So let's go through one more time. We won't hold our warrior one for as long, so we really focus on linking that breath and the movement. So remember to take extra breaths and extra steps where you need to. Just make it a practice to work up to one breath per movement. So inhaling in mountain. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, chair pose, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Right foot forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga, plank and lower down. Inhale, cobra, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Left foot forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Breathe. Good. So downward dog is like our reset button. It comes in between poses. We contracted and lengthened through different areas of the body. And kind of flip ourselves upside down. Lifting the pelvis up over the heart, the lungs, the brain. Giving ourselves a nice little flush with the help of gravity. So just take a moment, feeling your downward dog, allowing everything to flush out. Good, bending your knees, look forward. Take an inhale to your half lift. Exhale and fold. Bending your knees, inhale, chair pose, reach up. And exhale, hands to heart, mountain pose. All right, so we're feeling warm now. Let's continue adding some standing postures to that sun salutation. Inhale, hands to heart. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to cobra, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Right foot forward. Inhale, warrior one. Good, sink into the feet. Good, hold for a few breaths here. 4 more. Good, strong legs, find your feet. We're going to be on our feet for a while for these standing postures, so make sure you have your awareness there. Finding your breath. Good, 1 more. Your next inhale, open to warrior two. So you pivot on the back foot. You can take your feet a little bit wider. Your front toes are still facing forward, but your back foot is parallel with the back of the mat. So bending into the front knee, extending through that back leg. Make sure that you feel that opening through the front hip. So you're externally rotating that front thigh to keep it open instead of collapsing in. Core is strong to keep the shoulders over the hips, the spine long, and then you can reach the arms out. Try and relax the shoulders away from the ears, reach through the fingertips, and if it feels good, you can gaze forward over those front fingertips, taking your drishti just over your fingers so that your chin comes over the shoulder. Good, breathe here. Maybe sink a little bit lower. See how deep you want to go. One more breath. Good, exhaling to side angle. So the easy way is just bring your forearm to the thigh, keep that spine lengthened, and reach the left arm overhead. So a nice long line from that back heel all the way up to the fingertips. And if that front hip is really strong, maybe you can bring your hand down to either side of the foot. Keep breathing into that side stretch. And as you exhale, really stabilize through that supporting leg, that supporting arm. Good, gazing down the bridge of the nose, the neck should be neutral. Good, exhale, looking down, and inhale, lift it up. Woo. We're going to straighten that front leg and heel toe the back foot in, coming to triangle. So you'll need a little bit of a shorter stance between the feet. The back foot comes back to that bit of an angle like warrior one, so that you can square the hips forward a little bit instead of keeping them open and kind of straining the hips anymore. I like to kind of square the hips forward. Just bracing that front knee, don't overextend the kneecap. Inhale the arms up, and then as you exhale, fold forward. And bring your right hand inside the foot. Maybe you can reach for the toe, or maybe you're just coming to the ankle to calf. Doesn't matter how far down you're reaching. You want to make sure that you have a little bit of a buoyancy in your knee, and your core is strong to keep the spine parallel to the floor. So that's where you want your upper body to be. Then see where your hand reaches down to. Good. Take an inhale, sweep the left arm high, so opening the chest to the side. But keep pressing that left hip, that top hip, towards the floor, and draw the top shoulder behind you. So they're kind of doing two opposite things here to open up the side body. Good. Gazing up or down, whatever feels better for your gaze, your drishti, your balance. Good, one more breath. And exhale, look down. Inhale, bring it up. We're going to windshield wiper the hands to come to a plank. So hands frame the foot, balancing on the ball of the back foot. You're going to step both feet back. Find your plank. Inhale at the top. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, downward dog. Breathe. So just noticing the imbalances here, maybe through the body. You may feel them once we get to downward dog, when we down through one side and not the other. So just be mindful. Know that we're going forward. We have another side to do. And calm your mind with your breath. Restore your heartbeat. Good, same thing on the other side. Step the left foot forward, slam through the feet. Inhale up to warrior one. Good, bend the knees to the front knee, extend the back leg. Strong core, reach up. Good, inhale to warrior two. So pivot on the back foot, maybe take your feet a little bit wider if that's accessible. Check in, make sure your spine's straight. Reach out through the arms. Bending into that front knee, lowering the pelvis as deep as you can without compromising that length of the spine. Gazing forward over the fingertips. Good. Exhale to your side angle, forearm to the thigh or hand inside the foot. Either side of the foot is okay. I find inside's a little bit easier. And then inhale the right arm overhead. And then breathing deep here. Noticing where that pressure of the breath can enter the body and expand into. And where it's maybe not able to as much, you really need to contract and stay strong. Good, exhale, look down. And inhale, rise up, find your triangle pose. Straighten the front leg, heel toe the back foot in. Square the hips forward. Inhale the arms out. And exhale, fold forward. Hand inside the foot. The leg, and then inhale the right arm high. You're going to keep pressing that top hip down, draw the top shoulder behind you to open up the chest. Find where you want your gaze to go. Try and bring ease to the breath, ease to the mind. And exhale, look down, and inhale, rise up. Bend into the front knee, take an inhale at the top. Exhale, cartwheeling the hands to your plank, step back, take an inhale, and exhale, lower, chaturanga. Good, inhale, lift the heart, cobra, upward dog. And exhale, press it back, downward dog, breathe. And keep the belly drawn in. Really breathe into the back of the body if you can. And one more breath here. Bending your knees, look forward. Take an inhale to your half lift. And exhale, fold. Bending your knees deep for chair pose. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, hands to heart. Good. Now that we've warmed up the body and we've really strengthened those muscles, let's play around with our balance a little bit. So finding mountain pose, bring the weight into the right foot. And this pose is called hand to big toe. So you're going to take your left hand, those peace fingers, your pointer finger, your middle finger. You can take your right hand to your right hip. I'll face you here. And you're going to bend your left knee, balancing on the right foot. You're going to use those peace fingers to grab onto your big toe. And I have to be honest, the hardest part for me when I first started doing this posture was just building up the strength in my toe to grab it. So if you're there, just focus on your balance from here, keeping your knee bent, breathing in as you lengthen up and push down through the foot to lengthen through the body. And as you exhale, really engage through the core, tightening all those pelvic floor muscles to keep your spine, your body supported. If you're able, maybe extend your leg out. A little bit of a bend in the knee is okay. Keep pressing through the heel. And one more breath. And we're gonna step that foot back. So releasing your toes, step the left foot back, balancing on the ball of the back foot for crescent lunge. So similar to our warrior one, but this time we're balancing. So that back heel is lifted. Make sure you're not just collapsing all your weight forward into this front leg. You wanna still press into all four corners of the feet, even if your feet are lifted. Keep pressing through the heel to extend through the leg. It helps translate some of the weight back through the body. Good, strong core, hands at heart center. Take an inhale, reach the arms up, looking to the thumbs. Maybe feeling a gentle back bend here. Keeping that control through the body. Good, keeping your balance, 2 more breaths. All right, take an inhale, bring the hands to the heart, and exhale to a twist. So I'm not facing you, so I'll turn around here, but you're gonna wrap the outside of the left arm to the outside of the left knee or thigh. Try not to press into the hands, pressing the hands into the legs to get yourself into this twist. You're just gonna destabilize your foundation. You want your legs to stay strong and stable. So use that breath to get you into the twist. As you breathe in, you're gonna lengthen. And as you exhale, draw the belly in and pull that top shoulder back, maybe gazing up if it feels okay. Okay, 2 more breaths. And exhale, look down. Take an inhale, reach up. And exhale to your chaturanga. Stepping back to plank and lower down. Inhale, lift the heart, cobra, upward dog. Exhale, pull the hips back, downward dog, breathe. Good, so again, maybe noticing imbalances in the body. Just try and ground yourself in your breath. Calm your mind. Remind yourself this is intentional. Be honest with yourself. Don't feel like you have to push yourself past your limits and risk injury. Focus on what feels good. Good, so bending your knees, looking forward. Take an inhale to your half lift. Good, exhale and fold. And inhale, rise up nice and slow. Reach the arms high. Exhale, hands to heart. Good, so finding the hips. We'll do that hand to big toe on the other side. Bring the weight into the left foot. Using your fingers to grab the right toe. Good, so just open the hip, see how it feels to stabilize yourself. So it requires some glute strength, some strength through the buttock. Really lift and engage that pelvic floor. It helps to really trigger that deep core strength needed to extend the limbs away from the body. If you're able to extend the foot out in front of you as much as possible. Good, 3 more. And releasing your toe, we're gonna step it back, keep that control, hands to heart center, find your crescent lunge. So balancing, press through the back heel, lower the pelvis as much as you can through the legs. Good, triggering that core strength, inhale the arms up. Inhale, hands to heart center. Exhale to your twist, taking the outside of the arm, the elbow outside of the knee or the thigh. And use your breath to get into the twist. So breathe in and lengthen. And exhale, draw the belly in, pull that top shoulder back. Good, breathing here, staying strong. Tap into that Mula Bandha. And exhale, looking down. Inhale, rise up, reach high. Exhale, chaturanga, plank and lower. Inhale to cobra. Upward dog. Exhale, downward dog, breathe. Woo, all right. So you can see where maybe that vinyasa has been turned into the term power. So it is a very powerful, strong practice, but even in some of the poses that require a lot of strength, there is some softness there. All right. So before we release all of this energy, let's really strengthen the back of the body with some back bends. So taking an inhale forward to plank, we're going to lower all the way down to the mat. So bring your belly, your chest down, point the toes. Bring the palms beside you, reaching through the arms, palms facing up. So we're going to come to locust pose, but make sure in these back bends that you're really keeping your spine supported. So you want as much activity around that spinal column as possible. So we want to lengthen it out rather than crunching into those intervertebral discs all the way up and down the spine. So imagine your spine like a slinky and you're pulling it from both ends. So point your toes, engage the glutes, tuck the tailbone a little bit to open up the low back, and then reach up through the crown of the head to lengthen out the neck. Make sure the gaze stays down. And then as you inhale, lift the arms, the legs off of the floor. Keep those thighs drawing together. With every inhale, lengthen the body. And as you exhale, engage the back to lift a little bit higher. Good, 2 more breaths. And exhale, lower down. You can make a pillow for your face with the hands. And rock the heels, the hips, back and forth. So that can be quite intense, especially if you have any sort of discomfort happening in your spine already. Then you may just want to sit these other 2 out. We're going to do 2 more. So hands beside you with the palms facing up. You can take that same variation again from here, or you can interlace the fingers behind you going for a bind. So extending the arms, pulling the shoulders away from the ears. Take an inhale, extend through the spine. And as you exhale, engage and lift. Press the fists towards the sky. Lift you a little bit higher. Good, breathing. 3 more. Good, releasing your bind. Bring the hands underneath you for a bit of a pillow. Rock the hips back and forth. Kind of like you're wagging your tail to release the spine. All right, so 1 more. And you can take either of those modifications. Again, if you choose to sit this one out, that's totally okay too. It's your practice. So you can either take your locust, your bind, or if you want to intensify a little bit more, we'll come to bow pose. So this one you're bending the heels, bringing the heels towards the buttock, and then grasp onto your ankles with your hands. You want to hold them like handlebars. So your thumbs come underneath the ankles by the heels and your fingers are on the other side. And then flex your feet so that you have a nice firm grip. Keep drawing those knees together. Take an inhale, lengthen. And exhale, lift. Press the heels towards the ceiling. Good, breathe. You may notice you kind of rock back and forth. As you breathe, you're kind of pressing right on the diaphragm. That's okay. And 1 more. And releasing your feet. Make a pillow for your face and rock the heels, the hips back and forth. All right. So it's a good way to kind of squeeze out your spinal column, release any additional tension, get all of that out before we come to our final meditation. So we're going to reverse our push-up. Before we come to our final meditation, we'll do some cool down poses. So let's just find that child's pose once more. And you can do the one that we did earlier with the knees wide, but after a back bend, I like to kind of draw my thighs together and let my belly relax over the legs to kind of round the spine forward. Even bringing your hands behind you with the palms facing up can feel nice, like you're curling yourself in a little ball after extending the spine. It's a nice little counter. Using that pressure of the breath within the body to breathe into the back, giving yourself a nice little massage from the inside. Good, and when you're ready, we're gonna walk the hands back up and bring the legs out in front of you. So similar to that staff pose that we did earlier, you want to bring your legs out in front of you, a little bit of a bend in the knees is okay. We're gonna fold forward, nice and easy. Take an inhale, reach up, and then exhale as you bring your body over the legs, reaching for the toes, the ankles, the calves, whatever you can reach is good. Take an inhale, lifting again halfway, extending forward. And then exhale, relax towards those legs. Rounding the spine a little bit can feel good. Get a nice opening between the shoulders. And still breathing into the back of the body. Take an inhale, walk the hands back up. We're gonna come onto the back. So, making your way down, you can use your hands to guide you vertebrae by vertebrae. Bring yourself down to the mat. Ground the shoulders and let the spine settle in, feet to the floor. So maybe rocking the hips and the shoulders from side to side, finding a nice neutral place for your spine. And we're gonna do another twist from here, but this one can be a little bit more restorative because we're letting gravity do the work. But just be mindful that we don't wanna just collapse into any posture, making sure we still maintain that integrity in the body in case we need to come out of a pose quickly. So reaching your arms either out to a T or you can cactus, bending your elbows at 90 degrees or like goalpost arms, and then cross the right ankle over the left knee, kind of like you're making a figure 4 shape with your legs. And if you're comfortable with supine twists, you can maybe shift your hips over to the right for a little bit more of a deeper twist there. On an exhale, drop the legs over to the left. So that bent knee comes across the body and your hips stack over to the left side. Keep the shoulders grounded. The neck should be free so the chin is lifted. To intensify this rotation, you can gaze to the right, so taking your head in the opposite direction of the legs. And then maybe use your left hand to guide that top knee down to the floor if you want to deepen your twist. Make sure your shoulders still stay grounded. And breathe into the chest. Imagine that breath coming in and caressing your heart, slowly bringing that heart rate back down. Take an inhale back to center, uncross your legs, bring your hips back to center, realign your spine. We'll go to the other side, so crossing the left ankle over the right knee. Maybe shift your hips to the left. On an exhale, lower with control to the right side. You're going to check in, see how your hips stack first. Make sure your shoulders stay planted. If you're feeling good here, maybe gaze to the left. You want to intensify using your right hand to guide that top knee down. Good, breathe. You're starting to let go of the physical body here. So bring your mind out of your body Starting with this pose, just let gravity soften you. Release what you don't need. Inhale, you're going to come out, lifting the knees back to center, uncross, and maybe rock the knees from side to side, letting your spine reset. And any movements you feel you need, just follow your intuition here. This is our final minutes of the physical practice, so if there's an area of your body that's looking for attention, then make sure that you attend to it. Sometimes happy baby can feel nice here, just opening up the hips, so taking your knees out to the sides, maybe making circles in and out. Maybe hugging the knees close towards you, but make sure you're not lifting your pelvis up off of the floor. You want to make sure that the tailbone stays grounded. And to go deeper into the hip opening, maybe grab onto your ankles or your toes if you can reach, and draw the knees down to the floor. Rock side to side, really press that low back into the mat. Giving yourself a nice little massage on the floor. After all that flexing, extending, rotating and twisting that your spine has done, it's nice to give it a little attention before we come to stillness. When you're ready, coming out and finding a comfortable position to take your Shavasana, which is our final meditation. So here, again, you want to let go of your physical body. So whatever position that you feel you'd be the most weightless, if you do find you have discomfort in your spine, maybe just knocking the knees in towards each other, letting the palms rest out to the sides, the arms relax. If you're able to extend your legs, you can come to corpse pose. As that pose name suggests, you're just lying flat on your back. But if this isn't for you, then there's many other positions. You can lie on your side, you can meditate in a seated position. Just take the time now to really find in this moment how your body wants to be, where you can find comfort. And begin to take away from your physical self. So softening your gaze or closing down your eyes. Just begin to tune into your mind here. So within a meditative practice, it can be helpful to have a single point of focus so that you can still your mind. And if your mind is really busy, then maybe you just have to let it wander and just observe that. Make that the practice, trying to keep your mind on a positive path. Maybe you want to just observe your breath. Maybe there's an area of your body you want to send some love and healing energy. Maybe there's a mantra or a word you'd like to recite in your mind, or an image, a visualization. Find what you think would work for you right now in this moment. Know that it may change over time. Just relax your body. Scan yourself from your toes all the way up, so that your feet, your ankles relax. Your calves, your thighs are heavy. Soften your kneecaps. Relax your pelvis, your hips. Can you relax your internal organs? Your kidneys, your liver. Can you slow your digestion? Feel the natural rhythm of breath take over, the subtle movement of the rib cage necessary for that light breath. Can you feel your heart beating? your shoulders melt down underneath you. Your arms, your palms, your fingertips soften. Relax your face, your forehead, your eyebrows, your cheekbones. Let your eyes rest in their sockets. Relax your jaw, part your lips. Release your teeth and tongue. Can you even relax your scalp, your hair? Letting go of your body, bring your attention to your mind, bringing yourself back to that point of focus you've chosen, keeping in mind that it may alter. Make it a practice to keep your attention here. When you find your thoughts, your mind wanders away, which it will, just gently and kindly, without judgment, guide it back to that point of focus over and over. Do still the churnings of your mind and identify your true self, your true thoughts. Shavasana means surrender. So for a few moments, let go of what's not necessary and simply be. Slowly begin to bring your awareness back to your physical body, just starting with your breath. Begin to notice the sensations of your inhales and allow them to awaken you as you breathe in, fill your body. Maybe wiggle your fingers, your toes. On another breath in, roll your wrists, your ankles. Maybe micro bend your knees, your elbows. Small movements, slowly connecting back. Take a deep breath in and stretch, reach your arms, point your toes. Sigh it out. Bringing your attention back to the space, back to your mat. We'll gently roll over onto your side and bring yourself back to a seated position. Sealing your practice with a moment of gratitude, finding a comfortable seat, and bringing your hands together at heart center. Anjali Mudra, or prayer, seals the right and left hemispheres of the brain, of the body. Great way to finish our practice. So coming back to that breath, breathe in and feel gratitude for your practice today, for the ancient traditions of yoga. Be grateful for your physical abilities, your mental and emotional well-being, and all of the love and support you have in your community, among your family, friends, and loved ones. Just think of all of your life's gifts and hold them now in a place of deep, deep gratitude. And I would like to extend my gratitude to all of you for practicing with me today. Again, my name is Carly. I would love to hear your comments and questions. You can leave them below. Again, thanks for watching this video and tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, and I would love to practice with you again soon. Namaste.